This is how I created this super cute Harry Styles inspired nail set using HONA gels. If you know me, you know there's two things that sum me up, and that is nails and Harry Styles. So you just know I was so excited to work with HONA on their new We Belong Together Harry Styles collection. This collection is absolutely perfect for his new tour. It consists of 10 gels, this really gorgeous blue, a little jelly, purple, the most perfect pink, and also the most perfect nude, and then this really fun kind of bright orangey yellow, and then also some really gorgeous nail paints, like the perfect red, the most insane glitter that I've ever seen in my life, a really cute little silver, and then the perfect kiwi green. So started off just giving all the nails a quick layer of base coat and curing that, and then my first nail was my disco inspired nail, very much inspired by his newest album. So I started with a couple of layers of a black gel and cured that, and then I'm using this incredible rainbow cat eye polish, which is also part of the edit, and I just did a couple of layers of that. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen, especially over a black gel. You can't quite pick up how rainbowy it was, but it was very cool. And then I also took the disco pink iridescent glitter and just sprinkled that on, and then with a little bit of 3D sculpting gel I just stuck down a big old star, which I think fit the vibe very well. And then for my next nail, we are doing a fruit-inspired nail. So obviously, what better option than to do a kiwi using the kiwi gel. So I did a couple of layers of that, and then I took a white detail paint and just on a sponge, kind of blended it out from the middle outwards, and did a couple of layers of that, just for a little ombre effect. And then I also just did some brush strokes from the middle outwards as well, just to give it a more realistic kiwi effect. And then I took a brown gel in cocoa, just the outside of the kiwi, and then obviously had to do the little seeds, so did that around the middle, and I just did a layer of top coat on that and cured it, and that is that one done. Then for the third nail, we're taking it right back to his first album and doing a little pink lily inspired by all of the pink flowers from the HS1 era. So I started with a black jelly background, just did a couple of layers of that, and then went in with the outline of a pink lily, just using that Miami gel. And then I just layered up a lot of the purples. I mixed all these together, so the purples and the oranges and the kind of cream. So I just built that up slowly, just kind of blending in all the colours. There wasn't much of a plan, to be honest. It's very much trust the process and wing it and hope it turns out okay. But I cured in between every few layers, and then did all the little pollens, which I think really made it actually look okay. And then just gave it a little top coat, and that is that one done. And then I obviously can't do a nail set without doing some polka dots, so I just did a little black detail paint on a dotting tool and did that all over this French tip, and then went in with some isolated chrome to spell out angel. I have cracked isolated chrome, and it is because of the HONA matte top coat. So I did one layer of this and then cure it for 2 minutes, and then alternate between wiping it with rubbing alcohol and buffing it. And when I tell you this gives the perfect isolated chrome, it never fails me. For this, I just spelt out angel for Only Angel of his first album and did that with a little pink chrome, which I think looked very cute. And can we appreciate how well this brushed away? Look, when I tell you the HONA matte top coat is like the key for isolated chrome, it's incredible. And then I also just did some more chrome on a little 3D swirl. I just did this in a silver. I always think this looks very cool. And then I took the silver chrome in Silver Bullet for this. And then for my next 3 nails, I did some water decals. So applied those. I didn't manage to quite get them to the edge. I always find that quite tricky. So I just tried to colour match the best I could and kind of blend the decal into the rest of the nail, which I think worked out okay. The Bell mixed with Miami was like the perfect colour combo for this. And then final nail, just did a little cross, and then took some more 3D gel and the HONA chrome in Gold Rush just to sculpt out an H, which is inspired by the rings that he used to wear. And that is my nail set done. It turned out very cute, if I do say so myself. A massive thank you to HONA. I had such a blast making this set, and I cannot wait to wear these to my show.